What's up, guys? Welcome back to Healthy Recipe. I'm going to show you guys today how to make fresh salsa from scratch. It is absolutely delicious. It is so much better than that stuff that comes out of a bottle. I promise you, once you try this salsa on your own and you make it, you will never go back to buying store-bought stuff out of a bottle ever again. Even the stuff that's supposed to be fresh at the store, a lot of times it's been sitting on the shelf for a few days and it's not really that fresh. So you're really paying top dollar for stuff that you can make for a fraction of the price. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It is super easy. So let's get right to work. Okay, so let's go over the ingredients that we have here really quick. I have a half a red onion. I have one large size lime. I'll probably just use about half of the juice from this, depending on how much I get out of it. I have 2 cloves of garlic peeled, 1 extra large jalapeno, and this is gonna make this sauce probably about medium to medium hot because there's quite a lot of pepper for the amount of tomatoes we have. And I'll probably use the seeds also. Now if you wanted a milder sauce, just use half, or if you want it hotter, you could use a hotter pepper like a serrano or a habanero would make it totally fire. I have here a bunch of small grape tomatoes that were getting very ripe in the refrigerator. So these are perfect for making salsa. Then I have 2 regular tomatoes also that were getting very ripe. I have 1 bunch of cilantro that was getting a little banged up in the fridge. So I pulled it out for this recipe also. You could use the stems and everything in this because the food processor is just going to completely puree them. So you will not have any problems as if you were using it, chopping it with a knife. And we're gonna just run everything through the food processor and I'll show you guys that process. All right, so first thing I'm gonna add is the tomatoes. Go ahead and throw those right in. Then we're gonna chop the onion in half. Add the juice from half the lime, or 2 cloves of garlic. And then I'm gonna cut the center of these tomatoes off, then cut them in half so it's easy to work with. The jalapeno, I just cut the end off of it, but I'm still leaving the seeds. And then I'm gonna cut it into smaller pieces. I'm gonna start blending and I'm gonna add the cilantro and the salt at the end. Now I'm going to add some of the cilantro, about 3/4 of it, and then I will taste it and see if it needs more or if it's fine. I'm also going to add some salt, about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt right now. Remember that your salsa is has to have a lot of flavor because a lot of times you're actually using it to flavor foods. So it's fine if you use, a good amount of salt on it. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a taste. That's probably a little bit hotter than mild. It's more like a hot already. Not crazy hot, it has great flavor, but it is hot. It'll definitely put some hair in your chest. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the cilantro. As you make it, you could add more or less of the things you like. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 final amount of salt. Blend it one last time and we should be done. Guys, one of the ingredients that I forgot to put in the beginning is cumin. We're gonna use about a teaspoon of cumin in this recipe. This will give it a little bit more of that authentic Mexican flavor that most restaurants use. Okay, so now the salsa is completely done. I'll show you guys the consistency of it. And this right here will make any of your meals taste amazing. Take some boring chicken breast that you might be eating and just put this over it and it's gonna taste phenomenal. It's gonna bring it right back to life. You can put this on your rice if you're having like rice and beans or whatever. It's just so refreshing, and it's got that kick. You know, the spice from the jalapeno. It's just absolutely delicious. Okay, so there it is, the final product. That's my homemade salsa, and I made some really quick chips just to try it out. Okay, so there you have it. There's my finished homemade salsa recipe. I'm gonna give it a quick try to see how it is with my homemade chips. It's really good. The cumin really brought that flavor out. It made a difference. The last time I tasted it, it was missing something. Then I remembered that I didn't add it. It's absolutely delicious. It's probably about a hot as far as heat goes because of that big jalapeno and all those seeds. But that's how I like it. So I hope you guys give this a try. Tailor it to your own liking. Use whatever pepper you like for heat and for flavor, and you won't be sorry. You'll never buy store-bought stuff again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys real soon on the next one.